Often lately I've been talking about myths, and I need to be very clear that when I say myth, it is not derogatory. It is simply, if anything, a reminder or a realization that ultimately many of these beliefs that we have are simply something that helps our mind cope with the world. We don't know a lot of things. We don't really know anything. We don't know absolutely for certain that we exist. We don't know that we're here. We make assumptions. We always have to make some sort of assumption so that we can get up in the morning, because that's a really important aspect of life, and or at least it is for most of us. And humanists, or many humanists, this is not something all humanists believe, but there is a common humanist belief that when we die, we're gone. We go to oblivion. Is that true? We have no idea. We have no idea whatsoever. Oblivion isn't based on anything. However, humanists do get a good deal of meaning from that, in the same way that Christians base their life on trying to be better people so that they can go to a better place. Humanists, or most humanists, many humanists, I don't know, I haven't really done the numbers, tend to believe in an oblivion, and therefore they believe that making the best of their life here is the meaning, doing everything they can here and now. And that brings them a great deal of meaning. For a humanist, for that particular philosophy, shall we say, that particular way of believing, believing in something could actually be detrimental. And so they choose to believe in oblivion, even though we don't know. We have no earthly idea what happens. In many ways, I see the belief in oblivion as kind of being reactionary. But on the other hand, since we don't have proof of an afterlife, of anything occurring afterward, it's certainly a perfectly good myth. It is an extremely useful myth for people who tend to try to base everything on pure rationality. So, it's a perfectly good myth, and don't think I'm dissing it. It's just sometimes important to realize that. And in this case, I am talking to humanists, to some extent my fellow humanists, because I'm not necessarily in that camp. I don't necessarily believe in oblivion. I believe it's a possibility. I sort of believe everything is a possibility. That's kind of the cool thing about being an omnist. You really do get to not so much pick and choose. To some extent you pick and choose, but more you simply accept all myths, and you accept the possibility that none of those myths are true, and that a further myth is actually the truth, for whatever that makes any sense. That's the wonder of omnism. We don't necessarily have to make sense. We just have to be interesting. I'll see you guys later. I'm the Urban Omnist. I'll come to you next time with probably another myth.